If you're seeing this message, it means I'm either missing or I'm dead. First priority, find me if I'm missing. Work on resurrecting me if I'm dead. If you're not sure how, ask Poyo. I've been having him work on this. In the meantime, someone else has to carry on the work. There's no one else I trust with this. I know you'll do well. Bad comics beware. Atop the fourth wall lives.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Brodsky, you're not the smartest. Life out, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara, he's a man punch, wears a birdie hat. Linkara, he has a magic gun. Where'd he purchase that? Linkara, coins, robots, Amazons and trucks. Linkara, this comic sucks. Linkara. Because I followed my star, and that's what you are. I've had.
Hi everybody, I'm Iron Liz, and hey, I got something to say. Well, I'm still a little bit new at this, and I'm even newer to this show, but I'm gonna do the best that I can to entertain. Oh, and if anyone is wondering why I'm doing this and not somebody else, I'll cut your belly open! And don't worry, I'm only here until Linkara returns. But in the meantime, we should probably talk about this comic. In 1993, John Wagner was hired to create a team of Punisher knockoffs in this little book that was cancelled after 12 issues. Who's John Wagner? Well, perhaps you've heard of his most famous creation.
You betray the law!
Well, okay, he didn't create the movie, but he is the creator of Judge Dredd for the UK comic magazine 2000 AD. When not being adapted to cheesy Sylvester Stallone action movies, Judge Dredd is well known for punching demons through the face while yelling, "Gaze into the fist of dread!" Sadly, that kind of unbridled awesome is not present here. But let's dig into Chain Gang War #1. What are you doing here? How come I didn't hear you come in? Alright, whatever. Oh man, we're off to a promising start with this one. You can't see it because it's a scanned image, but both the logo and the chain running down are printed in holofoil, making them shiny and reflective. It was a frequently used gimmick in the 90s to entice people to buy books, and while pretty and shiny and stuff, why would you waste it on a book like this? Were they expecting something called Chain Gang War to be the next bestseller? If they were, they probably should have invested a little more time on the cover. Okay, you can get away with whiting out someone's eyes on a mask if it's something like the guy in purple, but the little Cylon openings for the other two? Unless they're wearing napkins over their eyes, I don't think they're gonna be that white. And oh, looky, they're firing guns and getting fired at by people who have the worst aim ever, since they apparently can't hit the brightly colored people standing in front of, what is that, tire tracks? That's not a wall, it's a forensic science sample. We open to three guys just kind of posing for the credits. They also evidently have a giant standing behind them imprisoned. Hey, don't stand that close, you fools! He might eat you! Also, I'm no gun expert, but when your silencer is that big, I think you've officially moved into compensating for something territory. The comic actually opens on a guy leaving a courthouse and being confronted by reporters. 2 witnesses testified the murder of Albert Redding was carried out on your orders. Yet once again you walk free. Are you as surprised as the rest of us? Surprised that you asked a completely loaded question that assumed his guilt? Well, not really. What about the suggestion that you got to the jury? That's a damn lie! Any more suggestions like that and somebody's gonna get their head beat to a pulp! I'm not a murderer, and I'll kill anyone who says different! The guy's lawyer steps up to the reporter, and his guards get him out of the line of fire while he continues to ramble loud threats of violent reprisal. So once again, one of the city's criminal overlords proves himself to be above the law. Innocent until proven guilty can sit and spin. Objective reporting is for losers. Later that night, a hooded figure storms over the wall of the crime boss, his name is Carlo Brunetti in case you cared, mansion. Why, he's even carrying a chain. And he may even be part of a gang engaged in a war. See, he uses a chain to knock out the guard. Yeah, what follows are a few action pages. We see guys in masks, yet their eyes aren't covered by napkins, as they get into his mansion and knock out his guards. Ugh! Criminy, this thing is hot. How does he do this every single week? Inside, Brunetti is watching the news report from the woman earlier. What good is our legal system when time after time the real criminals go free? Is justice, true justice, a commodity reserved for only the poor and weak? Lady, are you trying to get your own talk show? Just the news, not your editorials. When all this hoo-ha dies down, I want that Holly taken care of. I want a special number done on her. Put the animal on it. Go home! Go home! I hear he's got himself a new chainsaw. They'll be digging her up in 5 states. That must be one hell of a chainsaw if it can bury her in 5 different states. Carlo Brunetti! We've come to tell you about Scientology. With the 2 chain gang warmongers outside, Brunetti demonstrates his tactical genius by hitting the lights, ensuring that they won't be able to see the chain gang outside. The chain gangers say that they want Brunetti, and that if the others stay out of it, they'll stay alive. Of course, Brunetti sends some guys around back to try to take them down, but they are instantly met by another guy, who fills them full of holes. Another guy leaps through the window, protected from the shattered glass with the awesome power of a trench coat and a thick hanky around his face. You don't have to die! Drop it! Dumb! Wait, you didn't give me a chance to drop the— Wah! The group moves in on the now defenseless Brunetti, who evidently doesn't carry a gun of his own or anything, saying that they're here for justice. One of them seems shocked by what has just transpired. Don't start going soft on us, kid. You don't make an omelet without breaking a few bad eggs. You don't make an omelet with bad eggs at all. Your metaphor sucks. They knock out Brunetti and he wakes up in a dungeon cell. The only entrance to it is a small, barred area leading into a hallway. Back at the mansion, the police and news have already arrived, with our favorite objective reporter on the scene. Then for a panel we suddenly get transported into Sin City and then out again. Weird. Police believe Mr. Brunetti, who yesterday was sensationally cleared of all charges in the Redding murder trial. Lady, just let it go already. If you keep giving your fans the same thing over and over again, they'll just get bored with you. Brunetti's son takes control over his father's mob and talks with CPO, another crime boss in the city. CPO denies all knowledge or involvement in the attack, but invites the kid to his daughter's birthday party. The son doesn't believe it and tells his agents to start... Oh, really? Yeah, I'm sorry, but the micro-beard, full lips, and long hair don't scream mob boss, they scream boy band reject. Get the animal on it!
Bunny rabbit.
You like bunny rabbits?
Like bunny rabbit.
We cut to a member of the ragtag band of chain gang fugitives named Ernie. He talks to his nurse wife briefly and how they have money now, and did I mention he's balding and overweight? Yeah, I can see him taking down mob bodyguards. It's a war zone out there. The kids... You spend half your life worrying about them, growing up in it. When's it gonna be my kid they find lying in the gutter? My kid ramming a blade into someone's belly because he's desperate for crack. Yes, this is very dramatic, but anyone wondering why there's a pet supply store right next to a 25-cent peep show? Not only is this weird placement, but how in the hell do you have a peep show for a quarter in 1993?
There's a battle going on and we're losing, and it's never going to get better till somebody stands up and says enough.
Damn it, we will bring back the Blue Beetle comic, and Ryan Choi will be brought back to life, and so will Lee and Harper, and so... What? Well, neither do I. This was in Linkara's notes. I mean, at least I think these are his notes. There's like 30 pages of conspiracy theories about how Spider-Man One More Day is linked to Justice League Cry for Justice. A guy comes down to give Brunetti his food, ignoring Brunetti's pleas about it being Scipio who's behind this, or that he'll give him money to let him go.
Why are you doing this to me?
Not exactly the smartest mob boss in the land, are you?
Who the hell are you? Well now, I guess you could call me the Warden.
Doesn't quite have the same ring to it as I'm Batman, does it? So now we get to meet our wealthy benefactor of what has been so far a minor chain gang unrest, who apparently has a statue of a naked guy about to go to the bathroom. Money does weird things to people. His name is Yale Strang, which ranks up there as perhaps one of the most bizarre names for a character ever. The so-called Warden is actually named Loopy, and is Yale's, I don't know, butler? Janitor? Well, either way, he still works for Yale. He laments the loss of his dead wife, killed by some unseen person who remains free. And by the way, your heartbreaking inner monologue might have had a bit more going for it if you weren't wearing pink pajamas and a spooning with spoony robe. He gets a call from Curtis, the designated psycho of the group, as they plot their next fun little activity. You think these guys get together for miniature golf or something? So we cut to the party where the chain gang militia carries gas cans over the hedge wall. Oh, come on, guys. Taking the guy during his daughter's birthday party? Show a little bit of class. They knock out some guards and pour a gasoline line, getting ready to light it. We then cut to the animal they keep talking about at a meatpacking plant. They keep his face in the shadows as he interrogates one of Scipio's guys with a chainsaw. Oh, and the guy gets his ear chopped off. Charming.
Please, animal. I don't know anything.
That's a shame, because this is hurting me more than it is you, Charlie. What? I can't hear you! My ear is chopped off! With some of the guards distracted by the gasoline flames, the chain gang volunteer fire department moves in and knocks out the remaining guards, taking Scipio hostage. When his daughter comes down, one of them socks her across the face to knock her out, too. You'd think mob bosses would stop having families so that this sort of thing wouldn't keep happening. They manage to get away before the bodyguards can shut the gates, taking Scipio to their underground lair.
Welcome to the House of Correction. Make yourselves comfortable. You're gonna be in here for a long time.
Please excuse what may be a dumb question, but why aren't they just killing the mob bosses? If they have the money, training, and resources to easily kidnap two purportedly high-profile gangsters, why not just kill them, kill their guards, and bang, mob done with? This way, you don't have the police to potentially locate your secret prison and then let them go free as innocent victims.
Time after time, the law has failed to bring you to justice. And if the law can't do the job, then the people have to take justice into their own hands. I don't believe this. How long do you think you're gonna keep us here? Until you've paid for your crimes. Which, according to my calculations, is $59.98 before tax. I think this calculator's broken.
And so our comic ends with the chain gang neighborhood watch walking away, Brunetti screaming that they're not going to get away with this. By the way, I think we've seen all of one chain in the entire comic. This comic sucks. It's bland, the characters are underdeveloped, and get less panel time than an editorializing grandstander. And I honestly don't understand what the point of it is. Vigilantes take mob bosses prisoner? So what? How about you? Also fair criticism. Oh, hey, Poyle. What's your status?
I've localized the trail. He appears to be on a large ship in another dimension.
Can you get him back?
Working on it now. Shouldn't take more than a week.
Awesome. How'd I do?
Ask Mr. Fine Voice.
You did fine, kid. Could've used more singing, though. Maybe a rendition of Nice and Easy. Oh, and next time, ditch the ninja. Guy doesn't know when to shut up.